Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is December the 3rd, 2018. Strong hand, long-term thinking, deferral of gratification, unconfiscatable. All right, I was in a rush to get this show off. I didn't even read through all my notes. This is going to be great fun for all. If you watch this taped, everything is linked to below. Right now, everything's linked to below, but I don't say what everything even is. You can get t-shirts, Trezors, affiliate links are listed below if you want to try them out. This shirt was given to me by Barefoot Barry in New Zealand. It's a one-of-a-kind type of thing. I wear it occasionally. Thanks. I know he's watching down in New Zealand. He often watches. I got people all over this world. And yeah, I've been to Auckland before. It was a great time. Watch some of those old videos, disruptmeister.com. I have over 1,100 Bitcoin-related videos there. All right, so the crypto winter. You keep hearing this term, crypto winter. Dude, there's no crypto winter. Not here, at least. Not here in the Bitcoin Meister land. Not on this channel, there's no crypto winter. I mean, this term, again, it's very popular. It's for people who are obsessed with the short term and with the fiat price. And they're just downers, man. And they want to identify, they want to have a name for this, what they're feeling, for their feeling. And so they've come up with this crypto. It makes them feel better. Well, this is going to make you feel better, people. In real life, I don't like the winter. I don't like the cold. I don't find it to be very so you know what I do? I leave cold places. I'm going to LA. On Wednesday, I'll be in LA. So if you find yourself in a crypto mindset that's cold and wintry and you're worried, move. Personal responsibility. Get out. Get away from those people. Get away from those crypto noisemakers. Oh, this is the end. It's the winter. Everything's so bad now because the fiat. Why is everything bad? You still have the same amount of Bitcoin that you had before. You still can innovate if you're creative. You can come up with all sorts of ideas. You can come up with all sorts of ideas no matter what the price of Bitcoin is. If it's $100 or if it's $100,000 in terms of fiat. You shouldn't be down. You shouldn't say it's a winter, that things are in hibernation. Winter can be a negative term. I mean, I know there's some fun winter activities, but in this, the way they're using the word crypto winter, it's not a positive, okay? People are harping on this crypto winter thing. They're all jumping on it. It's a bunch of noise. It's distracting you. It's going to give you a weak hand. And if you watch my show a lot, you can tell there in Adam Meister's life, there is no winter, no matter what happens in my life. And you've been able to, since I've been back in Baltimore, no matter what happens in my life, it's not a winter. It's always a time of growth. You can always learn. You can always improve yourself. Something bad happens, you move on from it. You learn from it. You keep on persevering and stuff. So, and you can take positives out of bad things, out of things that are interpreted as being bad. So in the crypto space, hey, they're all people saying, oh, it's winter, it's down and out. No, be positive. Go away from those negative influences. You still have as much Bitcoin as before. And guess what? Pound that freaking like button if you want positivity. Is that a word? Whatever. All right. So Bitcoin is the apex predator. Remember that. Trace Mayer said it on this show. Check out that old show. It's linked to below somewhere on the disruptmeister.com archive. All right. Happy Hanukkah. It's the second night of Hanukkah tonight. I lit the candles, of course, much earlier. So there's a site out there called yeah, and you got some of these people that are just yelling about crypto winter. I mean, really stay away from those dudes, man. If they get obsessed with it. I mean, it's your personal responsibility. If you can handle it, if it's not going to weaken your hand, if it's not going to get you down, then I guess be my guest. I like to be around productivity. I don't like to be around destruction, and I don't like to be around downers. Winter is not It's always summer for me, baby. It's always summer. I went down to the southern hemisphere. It was great. It was summer, and of course, you got to come home sometimes. Okay, now we're taking it into the real world way too much. Let's move on to this new site, coinmarketbook.cc. And they say here at coinmarketbook.cc, market cap is a lie. Buy support tells the true story. Buy support rating separates investments from gambles. And lo and behold, if you go to this site, you'll see that Bitcoin has the best buy support rating. It's like 100%. And then the next is like Ethereum with like 20 some percent. You can read up on what this buy support really is. But I do like how they say it separates the investments from the gambles. Yeah, Bitcoin is not a gamble. All the others are various levels of gambling, and most of them are horrific gambling. I mean, the top tier is fine. Anyway, check out that link if you want to learn more. If you want another ranking site, everybody likes these rankings and whatnot. Moving on. My water's not with me. I want to drink. I'll go get that in a second. All right. Bobby Lee, the great Bobby Lee, the brother of Charlie Lee, who, of course, has been on the show many times. Check out the links below, archives, all that good stuff. He says, electricity has clearly become a permanent fixture of humanity. The internet is also becoming a permanent fixture of humanity. I predict that Bitcoin also will become a permanent fixture of humanity. Now, this is very interesting. The internet is a permanent fixture of humanity. We all can admit that now. But Bitcoin I also it's not just a fad, people, but there's still a lot of people that don't think it's a permanent fixture of humanity. And we're going to stay on this topic when I'm going to read you these next tweets. Keep all that stuff in mind. It's all linked to below. I got to label it better now if you're watching this live, though. So particular about my links listed below. Pound that like button. All right. Alan418 says, Bitcoin more than anything is a vote for freedom. In a world full of politicians and government policies you find that you find unsavory, Bitcoin is your vote out of the system. This will be the most important invention in human history. Now that's saying a lot there. This will be the most important invention in human history. And then there's a reply to that in the same thread that says, I do believe this to be true. However, some things need to be sorted out first. Okay, so let's focus on those last lines there. It's all about deferral of gratification here, people. You really need, if you truly believe that, like this guy says, he truly believes this is the most important invention in human history. Well, then, and of course, some things need to be sorted out. Of course. I don't think anyone denies that it's not, that we're so early in all this. It's very hard for people to get into it right now. All sorts of, but that's not a negative. That's just a reminder that you need a really strong hand, and you need to defer gratification. If this is the best thing ever, if this is the most important invention in human history, and you get impatient for some superficial reason because it's not easy to use, some things need to be straightened out, then, oh my God, you're not a long-term thinker. I mean, or you don't truly believe this is as big as it really is. But there are some people that talk a big game and say, yeah, this is huge, and then maybe their actions don't exactly support that. And so, again, you should be able, this is way more than a new financial instrument, okay? Way more than that. So what would you think? Let me make sure I'm not skipping anything. Yeah. Sorry. Deferral gratification. It's more than a new financial instrument / mechanism. It is a new paradigm. Bitcoin changes the financial game for those who opt into Bitcoin, okay? So we have this whole tremendous financial system out there. Bitcoin changes that entire game, and it also gets you into all sorts of other games, okay? This is an earth-changing, life-changing type of technology, okay? It's a new paradigm. It's beyond the scope of the way we see financial instruments currently. I mean, this is beyond financial instruments. So you don't, it is, there are a lot of people just saying, don't, this isn't this. I mean, there's just a lot of people saying it's treat it like a financial instrument, treat it like the best financial instrument ever. No, it's more than that. Okay. It is like the internet. So let's make some comparisons to the internet back in the day, because back in the day, there were many people who were very impatient with the internet, just like they're very impatient with Bitcoin today. The same type of things were going on back in the day. What would you think of people that said the internet is just like Atari? It's just like Atari. It's a new tech fad. This internet thing it's just like Atari was a few years ago. In the 80s, we had Atari and we could play games with our Atari, and then it was a fad, and then we moved on to Nintendo and we did and now we are on to the internet. The internet is this new Atari. Okay, it's better tech than the Atari, clearly, but it's an Atari. Yeah, it's just a newfangled Atari, and we could play, and we could do a little bit more than games with this new Atari. Okay, I mean, there were people like that back in the day. They didn't realize it was a permanent fixture, that it wasn't some evolution from Atari to Nintendo. And it wasn't like the fax machine. There were some people that thought, it's just a better fax machine, cooler fax machine. Look how the fax machine has evolved, they were saying. The internet changed everything. Okay, we laugh. You're laughing at me right now when I'm talking about fax machines and Ataris. I mean, there's no comparison. The internet changed every aspect of life. Anyway, so back in the day, you could compare the internet to a fax machine. If you were saying, well, now I can email. This email is a better fax machine, and this email is better than getting on the phone. Okay, yeah, that's what this internet is. It's email. It's a better phone. But anyway, that was only a small sliver of what the internet could even do. We could not even dream of what social media was at the time. That could not even be fathomed at the time. You couldn't even think about that. And so my conviction with Bitcoin here comes from knowing how life-changing the internet was, and how it was beyond just an innovation in technology or communication. It redefined the way we lived, and how, like, most people did not understand that right away. They did not get it. I can tell you, as a very young person, I was a fan of talk radio, of sports talk radio, and right when the internet stuff started getting bigger and bigger and bigger, I was like, what's the point of that now? What's the point? I mean, I could tell this thing was going to change so much, and I was just a kid, basically. And I could, but again, I've said this a few times. As a kid, I could not really fully benefit from what I saw as the upcoming internet revolution. I mean, I saw it, and so now I can remember all that stuff, and I know we're going through all that stuff. We're going through it all again with this Bitcoin thing here. There are all these naysayers comparing it to all this nonsense that it shouldn't even be compared to. That this is like the internet again. It is going to change the way we all live. This is not just finance. It's not going away. And you just got to have a strong hand. And if you don't have a strong hand, well, then you're going to end up with some fiat, and you can use that fiat to buy an Atari. Pound that like button. All right. So we've got, what is this here? The ETC dev. That's, I guess, the Ethereum Classic development team. They have a tweet that's out there. And again, follow me at TechBalt on Twitter, TECHBALT. I'm reminding you because I'm quoting a tweet from the ETC dev tweet account. And they say, unfortunately, ETC dev cannot continue to work in the current situation and has to announce a shutdown of current activities. So Ethereum Classic's a pretty big, it's a top tier type of altcoin. And if some of their developers aren't working anymore, that's not the best sign for them. But these development teams for altcoins, they're going to have to find ways of coping. They can't rely on these pumps anymore. And I'm sure some of them will innovate, but we're going to see more announcements like this. And maybe there have been other ones that I just don't know about because I don't follow every single altcoin on earth. And again, this is the big difference between Bitcoin and these other coins. I mean, Bitcoin's got all sorts of developers. There's not just one team, and there might be more than one Ethereum Classic development team. I don't know, but Bitcoin, it is. You're not gonna. There's not gonna be a tweet one day that says all the people that were working on Bitcoin development are gone now. No, it's big. With these altcoins, sometimes you have development teams. Maybe they had a pre-mine payment. Maybe they have other ways they're getting paid. Who knows? And they just quit like this. So I'm not saying I'm saying there's some altcoins they're going to find innovative ways around the current situation, their current bad financial situations. I mean, and I don't know. There's various reasons why some have fallen into the current situations they're in, and there's various levels of centralization involved. Hang on, we just got I see a super chat from Vention. Vention says, feels like December of 2014, just at the end of the bear whale. We bottomed in January. Yeah, it does. It's similar to that. And it's similar. Again, back then, and thank you, Vention, for the $5. Back then, there were a lot more people that thought Bitcoin could go to zero. Like now, you really don't run into that. I mean, those are just super fudsters that scream stuff like that. I haven't really read that lately. Anyone worried about Bitcoin going to zero? But no, there were people back then that thought Bitcoin could just totally fail. And I don't think anyone legitimately thinks that anymore. Anyone who legitimately understands what's going on here doesn't think that it could go, that Bitcoin could fail and all cryptocurrency will disappear and it'll be just an Atari or something. All right, but thank you, Vincent MGTOW. Here we go. Here's an InMotion person out there. Top Roller sent me a video he made, and I always love to see new YouTube creators out there, guys who I've seen in my chat for a while in my comment section, and then they make videos. And so Top Roller's got a video out there, and it's called "Can Bitcoin Compete Directly Against Gold?" I linked to it below. It's pretty good. He actually brings up some of Caitlin Long's points, and he makes them easier to understand for regular people, which is great. Which is a great thing. And again, he gives some reasons to be excited when thinking of Bitcoin in terms of gold. And I know there are a lot of golden holders out there who are transitioning from gold to Bitcoin. So that type of video, I think they would definitely enjoy. So good job, Top Roller. Check him out. Subscribe to his channel. All right. Now wait, let me make sure. I feel like I skipped something here. Oh, no, I didn't. All right. So here we got. Oh yeah, because this B-Rhodium thing. Yeah, Andy Hoffman I linked to Andy Hoffman update about that and the actual B-Rhodium site. And one thing. Well, anyway, they have a strong hand program. And again, I got to mention something that's using the term strong hand. It's encouraging people to hold on to B-Rhodium. Now, I'm not encouraging people. Again, just because I say I said Ethereum Classic before. So some people are going to be like, oh, you like Ethereum Classic. Yeah, no. So I'm saying B-Rhodium. No, I'm saying that I'm mentioning news stories about them. That doesn't mean I'm saying to buy them. I'm not saying to buy them. I only tell people I only buy Bitcoin, baby. But I get other ones for free. B-Rhodium was a crypto dividend. So yeah, B-Rhodium is encouraging people to hold. You can check that out. But one thing that I found very interesting, and I mentioned it yesterday, and I had no idea what it was yesterday, and this is going to apply to other altcoins also. This is more of an altcoin type of topic. They brought up something called the crypto trinity. I'm like, what the heck is the crypto trinity? So they're aligning themselves with Bitcoin and Litecoin. All right. They're associating themselves. So they an allegiance with these coins. Now, this is the thing. Any coin can have an allegiance with Bitcoin. They can be friendly because, again, all altcoins have some level of centralization to it. They have founders, they have whatever, then a marketing team. So they can say anything they want to say. Just like when I had Amanda Johnson on the show over a year ago, and she's like challenging Bitcoin. And back then I was like, how can you say that? How you could say Dash is a competitor of Bitcoin? And yeah, sure, she could actually. Why not? There's nothing stopping. There's no rules in all this. You can compare your coin to Bitcoin, but that was on a negative level. That she was attacking Bitcoin. She was competing with Bitcoin. I mean, not negative, but competing with it. But she was kind of being negative. She was insulting Bitcoin. But that's neither here nor there. This allegiance thing is very interesting. It's very interesting. Some of these altcoins, in order to survive, I would advise them, be friendly toward Bitcoin. Say you have an allegiance to them. Make up terms like the crypto trinity and try to affiliate yourselves with these other bigger coins to make yourself seem more legitimate. Because no one can stop you. Well, now no one in Bitcoin can stop you. Now with these other altcoins, if you align with another altcoin that has a centralization, has a leadership team, they can reject you. Now, Litecoin doesn't have a leadership team anymore, really, because Charlie Lee sold all his he could say, he could make a statement. He could make a statement if he hears about this B-Rhodium thing and say, I have no trinity with them. There's no trinity. But see, in all seriousness, I think that altcoins, you could take the Dash route, or that Amanda took on my show, and just be like, we're better than Bitcoin. We're out to get Bitcoin. Or you can try to align yourself. You can have an allegiance with Bitcoin, like these B-Rhodium people seem to want to do. So we can have I've said friendly forks before. We have friendly, like super friendly alts. Now, another thing I've said in the past that relates to this subject is that I thought that certain crypto dividends that were out there should form like alliances. Like I think I specifically said Be Private and BGold should get together and form some type of team, some sort of joint promotional operation. I don't know. It's an idea. You can go in any direction in this space. It's very experimental. That's the interesting thing about altcoins. Like they can do things like this. And again, I'm all for productivity. Those are productive measures. It's not about killing the other altcoin like some people wanted to do. I think that's nasty stuff and doesn't shed a good light on the space. But hey, it's personal responsibility as a new cat. You can do whatever you want to do. You can think whatever you want to think. This is what I think. This is my show. So, but another thing, and I don't know if I've ever talked about this before, but there's so many altcoins out there that another gimmick they could do instead of trying to have allegiances with other coins is actually merging with another. And I don't know how you would really do this, but if there were two like meandering altcoins out there, like on the second page of CoinMarketCap, like 6-tier altcoins, they could make some announcement like, we're combining coins now. We're going to turn 2 coins into 1. Who knows what that could do? I don't know how that could really even be done. It could be done. Anything can be done in this darn space. I don't know what you would call that, a merger, a crypto merger or something. But we could see some stuff like that happening too. So some of you are like, well, who cares? I think it's exciting. I think I'd like to see that experiment play out. And I bet it will one day, a friendly crypto merger. So yeah, this whole Trinity thing that they're doing over there at B-Rhodium got me thinking about all of that stuff. And I'm sure most people, or when they hear about this B-Rhodium thing, are going to more focus on this strong hand gimmick that they have. And of course, I like the name Strong Hand. But again, you have a strong hand with your Bitcoin, people, and you got to value your wealth in Bitcoin. So if you're playing around in any altcoin, even if you got it for free, you better be valuing your wealth in Bitcoin. I would advise value your wealth in Bitcoin. They're trying to obviously value. They want you to value. If you're a holder of B-Rhodium, they want you to hold on to it. They're giving you incentive to value your wealth in B-Rhodium. I'm not saying to do that. I'm just telling you can check out their links below. Anyway, very interesting stuff over in the altcoin space, but it's just a reminder. We're talking about all these gimmicks. Yeah, they're basically gimmicks. With Bitcoin, there is no gimmick. Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin. Have a strong hand, people. I am Adam Meister, and keep it on the positive, baby. I think you can take that from today's show, definitely. I got to update the links below right now. So I'm Adam Meister, Bitcoin Meister, Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video. pound that freaking like button, bang that bell button to get reminders when we go live, and click on those squares that you see on the screen right now. If you're watching this taped, I will say hi to you in the chat. Bye-bye.